Hey everybody, Brian Engelman here, the New American Media and the Unhappy Hour. A few thoughts on the game yesterday. Of course, the Cleveland Cavaliers won and have moved things into a better direction as opposed to going winless in the first three games of the NBA Finals, the 2017 NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors. The rubber match, if you will, the third time in a row, the only time in NBA history that three teams had met 3 years in a row. I'm sorry, the same two teams have met three times in a row. So it's kind of significant. I want to go over a few things real quick. Golden State had 27 fouls. The Cavs had 24. Free throws, Golden State had 36. The Cavs had 31. Three-pointers, Golden State had 11. The Cavs had 24. 24. Set an NBA Finals record. Draymond had two technical fouls, did not get ejected. Pachulia punched the crotch of Iman Shumpert. No penalties, by the way. No penalty for that. Draymond nearly broke Tristan's neck. There was no flagrant on that. And Golden State fans want to say that it was rigged, and that's why they lost. This is some of the worst officiating I've seen ever in a basketball game. I had a few notes on it. Of course, the Cavs are now only 3 wins away from a title. You see on the wall there. That is when they won it last year. Cavs looking to go back-to-back champions. Just 3 games away. And if you would say at the beginning of any season that your team only needs to get 3 wins to win an NBA championship, that means they're in the finals, and that means they have a chance. Golden State is historically talented. LeBron James basically saying that juggernaut of a team, he's never faced that kind of offensive firepower in his lifetime. And that guy's seen just about everything. By the way, make sure you're following, make sure you're in the group. Do a search for The Unhappy Hour Sports Radio Show. The Unhappy Hour Sports Radio Show. Here's a thing. All right, here's a visual aid. Okay. Do a search for The Unhappy Hour Sports Radio Show. Join the group. It is a private group. We just have to confirm that you're either an Indians, Cavs, Browns, or Buckeye fans. We'll let you in. Blue Jackets, whatever. By the way, you can't spell miracle without C-L-E. C-L-E. Is that how it works? Really, what is the only way that you can top being the first team to come back from a 3-1 deficit? You come back from a 3-0 deficit. And that's what the Cavs are doing. That really is the only way to top it. And that might be the way to solidify LeBron James as the greatest player of all time. The GOAT. The greatest of all time. I mean, it's totally subjective, but you gotta admit that would be pretty impressive that the team, largely completely intact, all the major players from the Golden State Warriors, from the 73-win regular season record team last year, they brought them all back. And then they added former 2-time NBA MVP or former MVP Kevin Durant. Yeah, that changes things a little bit. If LeBron can slay this dragon, you're really talking about something special. By the way, Kyrie Irving, superstar, no doubt. 40 points, unreal skills. Lost in some of what's happening with Golden State and LeBron and this and that is Kyrie Irving. Wow, what a talent! What a stud! What an amazing ball player! And he can still improve in a lot of areas. He's been getting some key rebounds. He's been doing some of the dirty work. He's been getting some of those assists and steals, obviously. But wow, that offensive game of Kyrie Irving is something to behold. Superstar, no doubt. 22 threes, setting a finals record. This team was designed specifically to compete and defeat the Golden State Warriors. And I'm of the contention that the Golden State Warriors are nervous. If you go in the Unhappy Hour Sports Radio Show, you'll see this clip from Steve Kerr. He's yelling at a referee, and the ref turns around and he brings his hand up, and Steve Kerr, he does a double take. He's scared like he's going to get hit. And I think that the Golden State Warriors are scared, and they've been hit. And I watched 2 plays. One where it was like Kyrie went out of his way to just knock Curry to the floor and get called for the foul, and LeBron went out of his way to give a shoulder and take Curry to the ground. I don't really think that the Warriors can hang physically. Kevin Durant, yeah. I mean, he's 7 feet tall, but he's a beanpole. Over a 7-game series, you're going to get worn out unless you're ready for this, unless you're built for it. Very physical component. Very physical component to this. Obviously, there's something to it. But I think from game 1 to game 2 to game 3 to game 4, the Cavs have gotten better every game, which is scary because we've just now figured out the plan. I saw a moment in game 3. It was about, I don't know, it was somewhere in the third quarter. And it was at the height of a run. The Cavs were scoring. The crowd was into it. And there was a motion LeBron made. He figured out how to beat them. The Cavaliers figured out how to beat this version of the Golden State Warriors. Now, we left that game too close for too long, and obviously had a total meltdown. The last 11 points scored by the Warriors. Fine. But they came out on a mission and played absolutely stunning basketball in Game 4 to get the first win. So if I were the Warriors, I would be nervous. When the Cavs are chanting Cavs in 7, yeah, it's because we've been here before and we're not intimidated by it. And your best player is not better than our best player. Your second best player is not better than our second best player. Your third best player, and that's the thing. When you have Durant and Curry doing so much, it's taking the ball out of the hands of Draymond Green. It's taking the ball out of the hands of Klay Thompson. And I, something can be said about the team chemistry being off a little bit. But have you ever seen a more ready-to-go version of Kevin Love, have it more figured out? I mean, this Cavs team is pretty well put together. Now, look, Golden State Warriors are fantastic. If the unthinkable were to happen and they were able to, get one more and take the title this year, I mean, is there anyone that would be labeled that as being surprised? No. Now, if the Cavaliers can come back from a 3-0 deficit, for some reason people would be surprised that the champs could do it. I don't know why, because of course you're competent. Of course you're able to become the champ this year. Because we're already the champ, and it's ours until somebody takes it. And I think they know that. I think they still know that. It was interesting watching Mike Brown get in the face of Draymond Green after that technical. But by the way, I needed some more official ruling from the NBA to figure out what the heck was going on. I mean, you're going to give Dante Jones a technical foul from the bench for doing nothing. Very little, rather. And you're going to give Draymond 2, but it wasn't 2, but now it was 1. And you're gonna call a flagrant on Kevin Love going up after making a play on the ball, making a basketball play on Kevin Durant. There was some incidental contact toward the head. Not a flagrant foul. You got to let that happen. LeBron takes 5-10 of those a game, and you're not calling them. Seriously, the refs were absolutely terrible. The way to defeat them, you got to win by 20. Don't let it come down to some call. Don't let it get that close. When Draymond Green jumped on Tristan's head and attacked him above the shoulders, the refs didn't even look at that. Didn't even consider that for flagrant or an ejection. Should have. That was way worse than what Kevin Love did. Yeah, his technical was really ridiculous. By the way, with another triple-double, making it the 9th of his career in the finals, passing Magic Johnson, who had 8. How great is LeBron James? Lost in all the subplots and storylines here, I think it's important to think about and realize LeBron James is something you've never seen, something I've never seen. I've been watching basketball my entire life. I've been playing basketball my whole life. Look, when you reach the top 20 of all time, top 10 of all time, it's really just style points at that stage. It's to go back and forth. Who's better, this guy or that? Look, you can be the greatest, and you got your own style to it. And man, LeBron James is playing lights out. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Absolutely incredible. Once again, just going through my notes, Zaza Pachulia punching in the nuts. The league has to look at that. That has to be something. Something has to happen. These guys are doing it to themselves. Draymond Green did it last year, and Jaja did it this time. That's uncalled for. That's not okay. And the league needs to enforce that because it just needs to, and you know it. It's just common sense. You need to make that happen. Draymond's technicals, it just need clarification from the league office. Kyle Korver stepping out while he was saving a rebound in the fourth. The replay showed he was clearly inbounds. He didn't go out of bounds. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. But honestly, you're going to be seeing that LeBron James pass off the backboard to himself, followed by the dunk. You're going to be seeing that till the end of time. That is one of the coolest NBA Finals plays. That's rivaling Jordan when he went up with one hand and came back down around and passed it. Oh, the other hand, the up and under, which was really cool. It was really cool. But this dunk contest, LeBron James throwing it off the backboard to himself, absolutely killer. A couple of late whistles too, just pretty ridiculous. The greatest scoring first quarter, what was it, 49 points? And then 86 first half points, setting records. This team is designed to beat the Golden State Warriors. We can do it. Cavs chanting, Cavs in 7. I love it. Who knows how it's going to turn out? But I like having the best player in the world, perhaps in the history of all of basketball, on my team. I really like having a fighting chance this late in the season, and I really feel good going into Game 5 here. I feel like they figured something out. And, time will tell. Next game's Monday. Couple other final points. Tristan Thompson was great. That's the energy we need in order to win. It's those second chance points. They're demoralizing. They're exhausting. And that could be a 4-point swing, a 6-point swing, a 7-point swing, depending on what happens on both plays. Those are big deals. And when he's getting a ton of them, a ton of opportunities, and he's causing havoc on the boards, making a couple great passes as well. Man, that just makes it so much harder for everybody to be guarded. And when you got J.R. Smith knocking a few in, and Korver knocking a few in, and even Darren Williams shot a few in, this team, the way that it played, is unbeatable. Now, can they do that 3 more times? Yes, they can. Will they? Time will tell. 2 more points. Final point here. I think the Warriors are a little weak-minded. The thing that you don't see with LeBron is you don't see a whole lot of jawing. You did see him jawing with Kevin Durant up in his face, a disagreement about some stuff. I was listening to the interviews. They said, no, we didn't say anything out of line, but we were making our points heard, which LeBron approaches this game with respect. He approaches it with class, with decorum, with a lot of things that the Golden State Warriors are not. The shooting 3 and turning around and high stepping before the ball even goes in, or Draymond Green trying to find someone to swear at and kicking people in the nuts, and Pachulia closing out and injuring Kawhi Leonard. And it's just a dirty team. It's a gross team. They're gross people. I can't stand Steph Curry, that stupid thing in his mouth. Draymond Green is just an absolute punk. This rivalry has been building for a few years. We're not quite at the level of Ohio State versus that team up north yet, but man, we're getting close to it. Kevin Durant, hey, whatever, but defeating this team would be amazing. Maybe it is the only way to top 3-1. Fingers crossed. We'll see. I felt really good after that game. If we can just get 3 more of these together. I think my point is this, is that the Cavaliers have everything going for them right now. I feel like they've cracked the code. I feel like their confidence is an all-time high. I feel like they're ready to do this. I kind of feel like that's why LeBron and the Cavs lost that Celtics game. It was a point that got brought up before. It was, well, let's go try to do a closeout game in Boston just so we can do it on the road. Because we know that if we have to, if it comes up and with Golden State, it might be handy. So, the Cavs played really well and won that series against the Celtics. And now we got to go in Game 5 into their place. So let's see how it plays out. I'm feeling great about it. Make sure you're subscribing on YouTube, youtube.com/TheNewAmericanMedia. On Twitter, we're at American_media_. Instagram, you got to follow us on Instagram.com/TheNewAmericanMedia. And check out our homepage, TheNewAmericanMedia.com. We get into politics, we get into world events, we get into all that stuff. YouTube likes to censor stuff that we talk about, but we're really about maximum liberty, freedom, basic core components. Definitely do not identify as a Democrat, but that doesn't mean I'm a supporter of Republicans by any stretch of the imagination. I'm really pro-liberty, pro-freedom, pretty libertarian. Kind of just leave me alone, let me do my thing. So you're going to get a lot of those posts. If you sign up and subscribe and check out some of the other radio shows, the Agree to Disagree shows, and the other content that we've created over the past 6 years and we've posted online. I hope you check them out. Keep an open mind. Our show's called Agree to Disagree. So, leave your comments. We want to read your thoughts. We want to kind of keep an ongoing conversation. Just jot some notes down as you're listening to the show and shuffle them off to us. We appreciate that. So, anyhow, Cavs in 7. But really, if you're not in our Facebook group, the Unhappy Hour Sports Radio Show, find it. Some of the funniest memes, some of the most timely information, some of the best content. We got almost 900 people in there, and it's just a great group that loves sharing breaking news, funny stuff, interesting, thought-provoking stuff. I think you'll love it. We love it. Love you guys for listening. Go LeBron. Go Cavs. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Peace.